while the pomp and circumstances going on, and the Trumps are going around to luncheons and parades and stuff, there are minions hard at work immediately fighting against equal rights, fighting against progress, fighting against the efforts to stop climate change. They're like, release the Kraken, right? And the Kraken has been released, even if you don't see it at this fancy luncheon. So that's a great point. And then secondly, the deplorable, you've got some alt-right guys who proudly brag that they are gay, but they're Republican, and but that's okay. They're not against gays. Yes, they are. They just went after you. That was one of the very first things that they did, right? But you celebrate it like, you're so clever and, I got the spotlight, while they destroy gay rights. Who cares? I'm getting rich. And I'm going to make a over-the-top, not an analogy, and you'll think it's over the top. It's not. I just want to give you a sense of what human beings are capable of, okay? So, again, in The Devil's Chessboard by David Talbot, a great book mainly about Alan Dulles, the guy who used to run the CIA. And anyway, he spends a good deal of the beginning of the book about the Nazi era, and that's why you've heard me quoting it on the show from time to time and all the horrific things that happened. One of the top leaders of the Nazis and their top liaison to Mussolini in Italy happened to be gay, and he would even attend orgies, etc. And as gays were being sent to concentration camps and to gas chambers, he helped the Nazis attain power, maintain power, and keep those trains running as his fellow, gays and homosexuals were being murdered. And so it's not like it's never been done before. It happens all the time. Roy Cohn, vicious towards gay rights in America. It turned out he was gay, right? Yeah. It happens all the time. Now, it is different degrees. And by the way, one of the other things that I got to take away from that was that he cared more, and so did the Nazis. They cared more about his class than they cared about his identity. Yeah. He was born wealthy, and he was born into one of the well-to-do German families, and so he had a good upbringing, right? So they cared more that he was rich than he was gay. If you were poor or middle class and gay, you were going to the gas chambers. But if you were rich, you were going to orgies and having the time of your life while you sent others to the chambers. So the guys who are going to the fancy balls now celebrating Donald Trump, I'm not saying you're that Nazi guy, not by a long shot, right? But be careful how much you celebrate while they strip away your rights on hour one. You can help build independent media. We're now doing fundraising to get 4 new investigative reporting teams out there and be the watchers on the wall. We're not going to let Trump get away with anything. We're not going to let the establishment get away with anything. You help us build it. TYTnetwork.com/go. Be part of the solution.